Did y'all ever fight?
My brother flipped me over on the concrete one day.
Probably deserved it.
I mean, see, I kind of misjudged because I didn't realize, like, with how fat he was.
So tell us about yourself, Megan. Who are you?
How do you mean?
How do I mean?
Yeah.
Well, what I mean is, who are you on the inside?
I'd say I'm pretty blunt. I'm pretty caring. I'm very analytical.
Elaborate.
That just basically means that I think through things and situations and critique them and kind of see the positive and negative and see the whole picture and kind of break it down.
And then you bluntly tell what you see
Sometimes.
in a caring way. Sometimes.
Yeah.
What would a normal day look like for you?
Well, I'm a math teacher, so during the school year, a normal day looks like me waking up, going to school, and teaching math all day.
What got you into math?
I just really like it.
Would you say that math excites you?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Common Core?
Yes.
Yes. So, really, what's the purpose of a bad form of math? Do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I like to read. I like to go outside and hike and do photography, wildlife photography specifically.
Oh, photography, okay. Is photography challenging in any way? Is it hard, difficult?
Well, specifically with wildlife photography, if you're trying to find the wildlife, you have to go out into more remote areas where there's not a lot of foot traffic. You want it to be relatively quiet so that the wildlife doesn't hear you and run away.
What would be the animal of choice that you would want to take a picture of?
Locally, I really like alligators.
It take a while to get to the alligators sometimes. Are they common? Do you see them all the time? Are they just everywhere? Or do you just have to wait till you find one?
It's kind of in the middle. They're not just everywhere, but they're fairly common around here. So there will be sometimes that maybe you go out kayaking and you don't see any at all, and maybe sometimes you'll see 2 or 3.
But they are common.
Yeah.
What's stopping you from going to, like, let's say, the zoo, where the alligator is already enclosed and there for you? Wouldn't that be better in a sense if you go to the zoo where it's already there, you know it's going to be there, than to go out into the bayou and then slave for hours and just getting about the same picture?
It would be easier if your goal is just to see an alligator. But if your goal is to see an alligator in its natural habitat, then you would want to go out and do the more difficult, the more time-consuming thing.
Would you rather take the picture at the zoo, or would you rather actually go out and find the alligator?
I would rather go out and find the alligator.
So what you're saying is you would rather take the longer route with the experience to find the alligator than to take the short route to the zoo to get the same picture.
Right.
Sort of like Common Core, huh?
You
The
could,
slower way
I mean,
to get the same result.
no.
Similar to this whole wildlife photography thing compared to the zoos. Same picture, same animal, longer route.
No.
Common Core.
No.
Alligators are your favorite thing to shoot. Have you ever shot any birds?
I've taken pictures of birds.
Taking pictures of birds. Yes. I've noticed on Facebook you've taken pictures of egrets.
Right.
And a lot of the captions that I've seen, you're talking about how great the egret is in your photo. Do you tend to talk up your work often? Because I've tried to step in and sort of knock you off your pedestal a little bit.
Well, I think that you are so ignorant that you don't realize that the bird is literally called a great egret.
Would you consider yourself popular? You have any siblings?
Yeah.
How many?
1 brother and 1 sister.
What's your sister's name?
Elizabeth.
Tell me about her. What's she like?
She has really curly blonde hair and she has very, very blue eyes. She is very smart and cares very deeply for people.
What about your brother? What's he like?
He's pretty average. You know, he's kind of easy to dislike. He can be kind of annoying, you know. Are you okay?
What was your childhood like?
It was good.
It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Your relationship with your siblings, was it nice? Was it enjoyable?
Yeah, we had fun together.
Did y'all ever fight?
Yeah, just like any normal siblings.
Can you think of one time where y'all just got into the biggest fight ever?
My brother flipped me over on the concrete one day.
Probably deserved it.
I don't think.
What happened? Like, what
We
was
were
going
playing
on?
basketball, and we both were going for the ball, and he just flipped me over.
You thought that you were better.
I mean,
You were great.
see, I kind of misjudged because I didn't realize, like, with how fat he was.
Oh, God. Your brother was fat?
You gotta do that.
I just... Maybe we should just...
I mean, like, he was pretty fat, and so I didn't realize, like, how much the weight would just, like, throw me, like, over, you know? I just really misjudged that situation.
It really just sounds like he's strong.
No, he was fat.
He was strong.